these and others really. So this week it's sort of it's episode number 2, but it's sort of a prequel to the actual process of my 1 year trying to make it in comedy. Now, I thought I'd tell you about my first comedic experience. I'm not exactly sure if that's the correct word or if it even exists as a word. But I thought I'd better tell you about that this isn't actually my first ever time doing stand-up comedy. I did do it once, just once, about 10 years ago when I was living in Dubai. You know, that bastion of free speech and an open free press, etc. You can say what you want over there without being arrested, for sure. Definitely go and say random shit over there, for sure. No, don't do it. Anyway, I did this course called Dubomedy. I've always had it in my mind that I wanted to do stand-up comedy. I thought I'd be good at it, you know. In the pub, I'm the guy that always makes people laugh. I'm the funny one, etc. So I kind of thought, yeah, stand-up comedy, I can be good at that. But I suppose it's the struggle of transposing those the natural ability to make people laugh in the pub into a stage act, into something where it is a little bit unnatural, because in the pub, you know, or when you're with your friends, you're talking to someone and they're talking back and you're getting kind of things to bounce off. But obviously on stage it's more of a one-way conversation, so it's a bit more tricky. I always thought that, as I say, that I'd be good at it. So I did this course in Dubai it was run by a company called Dubomedy, Dubai Comedy. Do you get it? Yeah, anyway. So I did it, and this is what I sort of looked like. I was sort of skinnier back then as well. I have aged badly. But it was literally 10 years ago, to literally today, pretty much, that I did it.
Now, IT in general has been, well, it's been a good thing for many industries. It's really helped them out. It's made things more efficient, except for one industry. One industry, it has made things worse, and that is the adult film industry, or the porn industry, as it's more commonly known. And the reason for this is just imagine, right? There's a woman, she's answering the door, and a buff young man, he's in the 70s, is standing there, he's got a tool belt on, he looks good. Hi, I've come to fix your fridge. That's sexy, that works. Nowadays, it gets worse. Nowadays, you get some spotty 19-year-old kid called Kevin turning up with glasses. I've come to fix your computer! As a spot explodes and lands in her face. I don't think it was the sort of bodily discharge they wanted in those sort of films. I apologise to that child down there. And it has getting better though since they replaced floppy drives with hard drives. It was a cheap gag. Sticking with pornography, I do remember when my mother came to visit Dubai. Just kidding.
The one thing I found about the course was the fact that it was in Dubai, and I wanted to do a joke about how about circumcision, about Muslims and Jews helping each other out in times of, you know, when they've got a job lot of circumcisions on and things like that. And I thought it would have been a funny joke, but the teacher wouldn't let me get up on stage and talk about Jews helping out Muslims in the Middle East and stuff like that. She said, no, you can't do that. So I did the show. Here's another clip.
I always thought you were gay. What? You always thought I was gay? She was like, yeah, it's really fashionable and cool to have a gay son these days. What do you mean, really fashionable? So now my mum is comparing me to a fashion accessory. I bet she wishes I was born with a hook in my arse so she could wear me out at her engagements. Like, what's that? Oh, it's the gay sun range by Armani. Look at it, it's lovely, isn't it? Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, it's beautiful. Everywhere, don't I? So my mum goes, Mum, I'm not gay, it's my girlfriend. She's like, well, can you give it a go? So I thought that was going to be the weirdest conversation I was going to have with my mum on that holiday. Until near the end of the holiday, the disappointment on her face when I had to break it to her, I wasn't black. Thank you very much, I'm David.
I realised that there just weren't, in Dubai, there weren't really any open mic nights. You know, you need to practice, and if you're writing if you spend like a week or whatever, how many times writing like 5 minutes, you need to practice it and then do it again and again and edit it and keep editing your bits that weren't funny or changing them to see if they can be funny in another way. And I just found that because there was only like a couple of open mic nights with the same people going to all of them, I just sort of lost interest. Because I think without any sort of creativity, like music or comedy or anything like that, without an outlet, you sort of become a bit disillusioned. You know, if there's no one laughing or no one listening, you think, why am I doing this? Am I even correct in what I'm doing? Am I just talking? Am I just a gibbering idiot who isn't funny? There's a good chance in that still in reality, but yeah, there was no outlet for me doing comedy, so therefore I just stopped. And it's only because I've now gone sailing and I've come back to the UK, and in London there are tens, if not hundreds, of open mic nights each week all around London and all around like the UK, that you can try your material in one, and then the next week try it in another, and you'll have a different crowd in all these clubs all around London. You know, London's a big place, so it's 10 miles, 20 miles across, whatever. You know, there's 7-8 million people in London. There's a lot of people, and even if you have a couple that might have seen your show, there's still at a 100-person gig, you're still going to have most of them who haven't. And you can try it 10, 20, 30 times and refine it and make it good. Whereas in Dubai, I just felt I'd be wasting my time. I'd have to do a different new set every time, and I'd never get the one that I'm doing good enough. So, as I say, this is going to be a short video. It's just, I just wanted to be upfront and say that yes, I have done stand-up before. This isn't me starting completely fresh from day dot, and getting on stage and doing it for the first time. I have done it once, but it was 10 years ago, and that's been my only ever gig. Next week, I will be starting off with my journey on exactly what I did on day one and my first ever gig in London, and I'll show you how it went. Oh yeah, and one thing I forgot to say was please subscribe, like, etc., because I need to build the channel, and yeah, it just means a lot, so please help me out, help a brother out, innit? And like and subscribe, even if you don't want to, just do it. Just do it, turn off the notification bell, but just at least subscribe and like. In fact, turn on the notification bell. I want you to, if you want to, but just do it, all right?